decision to define our football team there in the second half in a critical conference win. Credit to Kyle Winningham and his team. Every time we play them, it's everything that we get. They're truly a terrific football team. And really thank you to our fans, because they were right there with us in the second half. You could really feel them from the crowd noise. They were right there with us all the way. These two gentlemen that are up here, I can't think of two finer performances. 17 tackles and just making magic all over the place. Our kids found a way to win a critical game for us, and kept us atop at the Pac-12 South, and now it's on to Notre Dame. With that, we'll answer any questions that you have.
Coach, can you tell us about the maturity of your quarterback, despite the 2 fumbles? But he kept his poise in the second half and set up some great drives. So can you explain that?
Yeah, I just think great quarterbacks find a way to produce wins, and the best quarterbacks don't get flustered, even when things aren't going absolutely perfect. You find a way to complete a ball and then complete another one, and all of a sudden it's dang 21-14, then it's 21-21, and then you find yourself in a position to go ahead and win the game. And he made play after play, and credit a bunch of young wideouts too that were making their plays also. And then we could not have done it, I'll be honest with you, could not have done it if it wasn't for our defense and what they did, and basically that entire third quarter getting the ball back for us time after time. So total team victory.
Coach, it was a tough effort, but at the end of the day, you can say you still haven't lost a game here as head coach, but you were trailing for the first time entering the fourth quarter. What's that conversation you're having with your players like?
I was just very, very proud of them. At halftime, we talked about that this second half will kind of decide who we are as a team. And you saw a team that came out and just fought. I mean, they're the definition of fight on. And they found a way to work together, to gel together, and it was, and they knew. I mean, they knew. You look up and you had 262 yards of offense and only 7 points, and we were beating ourselves in the first half. And they just had their jaws set the second half that, hey, we're going to get the job done, and that's what they did.
Speaking about the second half, Coach, you were getting 2 scores at halftime. What adjustments did you make, or what was the message to the team coming out there?
It really wasn't a lot of adjustments, because I even told T at halftime and Clancy, the things that we are doing are working. You know, we have 3 turnovers in the game, and we had a turnover that gave them 7 points. Don't change. Don't try to make magic out there. Just keep on doing what we're doing. And if we keep on doing and eliminate the mistakes, we're going to look up and be right back in this game. And that's what happened.
Coach, 3 long sustainable drives seemed to get your offense in a rhythm and a tempo that wore out the Utes in the second half defensively. What would you attribute that rhythm to?
I thought just the balance of the run game coming together, and you can feel just starting to wear down the defensive line. It was hard sledding early in the run game, that all of a sudden they started to pop in bunches, and you could kind of feel the defense getting tired. I think play-wise, we hit the mark. We had 80 plays in that game, and it just started to feel like all of a sudden you look up and those runs were starting to hit. But I thought the defining moment of the game was the defense coming out and getting the stop, and then the offense going 98 yards on that opening drive of the third quarter, and that kind of set the tone for the rest of the half.
Clay, were you just surprised that they went for 2 points after the touchdown, and you called a timeout after they lined up?
Mm-hmm.
Is it something you saw, or is it something? And what did you say during that timeout?
Was never surprised with Kyle. He's a very gutsy coach, and we knew last year, and I showed it to the guys prior to the game, them going for 4th and 1 4 times last year to win the game. That's Kyle's mentality. It's a beautiful mentality, aggressive mentality. But the timeout, I wanted to give Clancy and the defense every opportunity to communicate what they saw by formation and personnel, so they could make the best call possible for our kids, and then the kids went out there and performed it.
Cam, can you take us inside what that discussion was like preparing for that?
2-point. I think we saw the personnel that come out in the first time before we called timeout, and we had some thoughts on what they could run, and we thought we were going to run a sprint out because they had both backs in there, and it ended up like that. And so it was huge for us. I think it's nice to not have to go down and then have Sam make a play and then us kick a field goal. So the defense took it on their backs right there and owned up to them scoring on us, and I think it was a great way for us to win that game.
Sam, you had some negative plays in the first half, but it looked like in the fourth quarter, your mindset was different. It was almost like you were looking to win it rather than not make a mistake maybe after a tough first half.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I don't know. I didn't really get in a rhythm in the first half, and I mean, that's just me making mistakes, turning the ball over, and you know, you're not supposed to win football games when you turn the ball over, to be honest with you. And I think if I can just control the ball, we'll be able to, you know, match up with anyone in the country, to be honest.
Are you now an option quarterback?
Am I an option quarterback? I am if I don't fumble the ball. So no, I just got to take care of the ball, like I said, and not as fast as Fink, but no, I can get going if I want to.
Sam, it seemed like when you guys started to get the ball to Ronald Jones, things started to open up for you as well. So
Right.
Can you talk about how things you were able to see things differently once Ronald Jones got out?
Yeah, you know, it's always nice when you get the run game going when you're a balanced attack, but I think credit to, I mean, first of all, our defense. They kept us in that game. We wouldn't have been able to win that game without them. But I think our whole team, and especially our O-line, really trusted the process. And even though you know, we kind of struggled in the first half moving them a little bit, as the game went on, they started to wear down. And our guys, we were able to move them a little bit, and Rojo was able to find some seams by too. So it was really good to finally get a little rhythm going there.
Sam, how concerning is it for you to still be making some of the mistakes that you guys have made the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, it's definitely frustrating at times, but you know, like I said, just trusting the process and continuing to just battle through it. I think my biggest, my mindset during the game is whatever, I'm going to do my best to score points and to put the ball in, my receiver's hands to go make plays. And if something happens, it happens. I can't do anything about it. I'm just going to move on and trust our defense to go out there and make plays, special teams, and then try to do the best I can do.
Cam, when Clay came out at the start of the second half, he said he couldn't wait to watch his team play the second half. What did you guys do at halftime to convince him?
He obviously approached us and kind of got us going, and then Chen and I stepped up, and the message of the story was go out there and have fun. It's football, and I think we started out that half pretty flat, both sides of the ball, and that's not how the game of football should be played. So it was kind of revamped us. I saw Sam get fired up, coming off those last couple of drives, and we need that spark. We just need to go out there and have fun. Doesn't matter whatever play call is called, go out there and make it work, because that's what we do. We're football players, and we're asked to do a job, and we need to go out there and play with energy and compete at a high level, and the rest will take care of itself.
Coach, do you kind of almost take Ronald Jones for granted in a way? I mean, he's got this streak of, 13 straight games he's played in that he's got a touchdown?
He's an extremely special player, and we had talked about earlier that this was a very, very good run defense, and to walk off the field and average 6.1 a carry, I thought was a credit to the runners at the end of the game, and just the natural kind of wearing down process. A lot of it has to do with is using Sam early. Our thought process was to make him a threat, to make the defensive end have to make a decision on some of those zone reads, and finally, come the fourth quarter, you saw those two long runs. He flinched for just a second, and Rojo got out, and then Vi got out. But when you have a Ronald Jones on your team, that's the best friend to a quarterback. That balance helps you immensely.
Clay, do you have some early thoughts on Notre Dame?
No. No. I'm just going to enjoy this one tonight. We're a 1-0 football team, and that's the way we look at it each week. We pour ourselves into preparation and then trying to execute. We'll get some sleep tonight and wake up tomorrow and start on Notre Dame. But we're gonna enjoy this one tonight.
Coach,
last one.
This is a question for both players. We saw you at Media Day back in July, and now it's October. Are you guys happy with the progress of this team?
Yeah. the only thing we can keep doing is winning games. You know, we're gonna keep getting better, and as the season goes on, that's where this team has showed history of continuing to compete at a high level. So what's asked of us every single game is to go out there and compete at a high level and do anything we can to win games. So look at it right now, 6-1. 6-1, and that's the most important thing for us. Just keep winning games and moving on.
Okay. Yeah, I agree.
Thanks, guys.